Hello, everyone, and welcome to That's Pretty Crafty. I had to think about it because it's me and DB again. But this time it's supposed to just be the two of us.
Yeah, it's just supposed to be the two of us.
Just
Have
the
you
two
missed
of
us?
us.
It's been a week.
A whole week since you've seen us together.
Actually, less than tomorrow would be a week.
Yeah, that's true.
So we gotta talk about a giant elephant in the room, Danny.
Which elephant? All your stuff behind you?
No.
All the
no,
ghost
no.
faces?
No. Leave my baby boys alone.
Okay, what's our elephant?
I challenged you
Oh, you did!
to a knit off.
Uh-huh.
And how did that go?
I did... I did 20 rows. How did you do?
Well,
Oh,
I
no.
did.
That was a big well.
Listen, I did. I was on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know why I challenged you. I'm a dumbass, apparently. So I was on my third row when I found out I had to take everything out.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I can't count above 100.
Well, counting is hard.
I can barely count to 100.
And to be fair, we did have a lot of chaotic Greg energy going on in the world.
Hold on. Nope, because I had already had to take that one out. And had casted back on.
Oh no. Oh no.
And had gotten to row 3.
Oh no.
And then found out that I don't know how to count. And had to take it back off.
Oh.
And it was so twisted, I actually had to cut the yarn. I had to cut it off of the needles.
Oh no.
Yeah, they would not come off of them any other way.
Oh no.
So, Danny, you win as there is nothing on my needles.
Oh no. Oh. DB, that is sad.
Yeah, it's just more crying I want to do.
Oh.
Because this pattern's going to look really cool. But I don't think I'm adept enough to do it.
Aw.
So...
Or maybe you're just too stressed right now. You got a lot going on. You got a lot going on.
Yeah, but I need this done by November and not...
Not any November. This November. Specifically this November.
Yes, specifically this November. I need it done by then. The other problem is, it is so sad, Danny's mom. I want to cry. I was already close to crying, and then we talked about this, and now I'm real. I wasn't sad about this before, Danny.
But now you are.
I'm actually fucking sad now. I really do want to cry.
I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Well, do you want to see my thing? Was that just going to
Yeah,
make you more sad?
I'm sure it looks fucking great.
Well, I mean, it doesn't look like a whole lot more. It's still...
Oh, it's so cool looking.
But there are beads now. And there is one section. Which one is it? Over here. And you may not be able to tell, but I can tell that somewhere in here, something went wrong. Very, very wrong.
Danny,
and
no.
I've fucked it up, but I think...
None of us can tell.
I think that with the pattern... I think I'm faking it well enough.
Listen, I'm not giving up.
No, don't give up.
Yet. But Danny.
But maybe just putting it on hold for a little.
No. It may be I need you to do this for me.
Okay. Yeah, mail it to me, and I'll mail it back with the friendship bracelet stuff. Actually, no, I'm going to send that sooner. Because I have stuff in that package that I have sent similar things to other friends, so I want you to get it soon.
My friends send me stuff all... Danny, you know what? No. I need you to come up here this weekend.
This weekend?
Yes.
How long a drive is it? Like 10 hours?
10 hours. Well, from you, probably more.
Yeah.
There is a book con that all of my other friends have fucking bailed on me.
Oh no. I wonder. I wonder if I could take the time off. I wonder if I could. I might be able to. Let me talk to the boss and see. We're knee deep in some stuff right now, so I might not be able to.
So, remember what PTO stands for. Prepare the others.
Yeah. But some of this, there aren't others that can do the stuff. Because the stuff that we're doing, a lot of it lives in my brain.
Sure.
So,
No, listen. If you made it, if you actually decide to do this, I have a guest room. I do have cats. Is the thing.
okay.
Is that a problem?
I will dose up and wear a mask.
Okay. There are cute hotels around here if that's where you want to go instead.
That might be a better option for, like, sleeping and not
there's-
dying. Because sleeping with a mask on is hard.
We try and keep the cats out of that room, and I would make sure I washed the bedding before it happened, but completely understand.
Yeah.
There's a hotel, like, right down the road. I'll come hang out with you in your hotel room.
There we go.
If somehow you pull this off, I will be shooketh, even. Just like, oh shit, Daddy's here.
I'll have to see what I can pull off. I don't know. We'll look at the schedules and things.
If not, I'm going by myself is where I'm at right now. But, like, it's just... I've asked so many people.
Aww.
And one of my friends that I was going to ask recently told me she has bronchitis, and I went, I'm not going to ask that question.
No.
Because I don't want to get the bronchitis.
No. Although, speaking of books, have you been reading?
Yes. I had to... Oh my god, I just looked off at my disassociated face.
You were thinking hard on that one. Or not thinking at all.
I could not remember if I've been reading.
Oh.
I have a gym book, Diddy, a specific book I'm reading
At the gym.
while at the gym.
Nice.
Because the gym sucks.
Yes.
Let's see. So I originally started Wicked. I have stopped reading Wicked. It didn't catch me. It didn't hold me close. It didn't whisper sweet nothings into my ears. So I went, we'll put this on the shelf for now.
Okay.
That may change. You know?
Yeah.
I finished You.
Okay.
Which is what the TV show is based off of.
Okay.
I didn't think that Joe Goldblum could get any worse than the way he is in the show. Holy fucking shit.
Okay.
Oh, he bad.
All right.
He a terrible man. So awful.
Okay.
Hate his guts. So there's so finish that. I have finished one of the Dresden Files. I have like three more to go before I am caught up.
Oh, you're way ahead of me.
Yeah. I listened to it at like 1.5 speed.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I'm angry.
At the books or?
No. Books are great. But he's going to be not the author. I never get his name right. James Marston?
Marsters.
Marsters.
Marsters is an
brunette. Actor. And he was Superman in Smallville.
Yeah.
But he is going to be in the area for a convention, and I am going to be in your area for a different convention.
Aww.
Because I would have been like, hey, can you sign this book for Ren?
Oh. Faye would have loved that.
Yeah.
Aw.
But that's not happening now. Also, you can't come up here this weekend. You have meme of the month.
Oh, crap, I do. Oh, crap, I do.
Unless...
Oh. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Crap. I forgot about that entirely.
Yeah.
I have to put everything up for that tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow, because Eclipse got canceled.
Maybe. Unless Danny gets kidnapped to DB's house. Hey!
But I'll still have to run it.
No.
I'm the GM for this one.
No.
Just no month this month.
No.
Oh.
The world's on fire. How about yours?
That's why I like it, and I never get bored. Look.
So my gym book. Hold on.
Gym book. Your gym book.
I'm reading The Witch and His Crow, which is by Ben Alderson. It is like a witchy book meets Hunger Games book.
Okay.
It's very good. The thing I love about it is it takes me about 30 minutes to read each chapter.
Okay.
Oh, there's a book convention happening up here that all my friends have abandoned me. No, they've had stuff happen. Like, shit's been going down. People are getting sick.
And I can't go because I have meme of the month, which is a stream. Maybe.
It's fine.
We'll see.
No, I don't. It is what it is, Danny. I'm going. I don't know if I'll be back for meme of the month. It depends on how fucking awkward I feel being at this place by myself.
Or you might make new book friends.
I don't feel like I make new book friends very easily.
Okay.
People say I have an intimidating face.
I could see that.
I don't, but, whatever.
Also, you're tall, and tall people are scary.
I'll just walk on my knees the whole time.
Well, then you're going to get a different kind of book friend.
Oh, you pervert!
Look, I also have been reading. So.
Oh, Danny.
Oh, goodness. Yeah. No, I follow some bookish books on Instagram, and they are poisoning me.
My power.
Hi.
You agree with intimidating? What? Tell that to my job. Maybe they should be intimidated by me.
They should. They should. Oh, goodness.
No one's intimidated by me.
Well, I have also been reading.
Yes. Sorry.
So there was another Kindle Stuff Your E-Reader Day from romancebookworms.com. I found out about it late in the day.
Oh. Okay.
And I got several novellas that were like 56 pages long and 27 pages long. I'm like, but I read them because they're good research. They weren't necessarily good stories, but I want to see what's out there and all of that. But I did.
Your mom was intimidated by me. Sad day.
We are short. The talls frighten us. It's that predator-prey thing. We feel as if we're going to be attacked. We're small. We must run. We must scurry like the little mice that we are. I don't know. Look, it's been a long day. My metaphors
are a long year.
Yes. But I finished a couple of stories that I'd been reading. Mm-hmm. One of the books that I got, it was the first of a series, and I don't actually know what the series is called. What does it say? But the book is the first book was called Summer Night's Dream.
Okay.
And it's a sort of fae set in a modern-ish world. There's magic and fated mates and all sorts of stuff going on, and it was good. The blurb specifically said this book ends on a cliffhanger. So I knew that
good.
going into it. I'm like, okay. You have told me ahead of time, and while I don't approve of books that just end and make you buy the next one, this one warned me, and it was fairly substantial. Like, it wasn't like a 20-minute read. It took some time to get through, and it made sense to cut it where it did. So I finished it. I'm like, this is good. I got the second one on Kindle Unlimited and read it. And it also ended on a cliffhanger. I'm like, this is good. I'm going to get the next one. And read that one. This is good. I'm going to... Shit! It's not out yet. So the final book in the series is not out yet. I'm like, damn it. It's on my list to be read.
Well, at least you found it and you liked it, you know?
Yes.
Unlike me, who keeps picking up that Mafia book that I keep telling you about. I picked up the first one, I read it, got pissed, and went, okay, no, not reading the next one.
You did, didn't you?
Picked up the next one, read it, went, not reading the next one.
Yeah.
I haven't read the next one yet. I do own it. I own all 4 because, much like Hallmark movies at Christmas, they are a train wreck that I cannot look away from.
Yep.
And we will talk about some of the other details when your mom's not in the room.
Yep. Well, I have another ebook that I've been working my way through.
Okay. Oh, that's not good.
The idea behind it is good. Like, sure. I like the outline, this plot summary. It has potential. But the writing is just... Ugh. The grammar is below what should have been published. There are sentence fragments everywhere. There are wrong words being used. It's overwrought and overwritten, and it really could have used a good editor to get it into shape. But I'm pretty sure it was a self-published thing, and I'm not knocking self-publishing because there's some fantastic ones out there.
Oh, yeah.
But then there are some like this that make me go, ugh. If you're going to do this and not go through a traditional publishing company, cool, fine. But don't just do it on your own if you are not 100% sure that you are getting everything right.
Yep.
But that does mean that I much more appreciate the physical books that I've got going on right now. Jim and I went to the bookstore.
I also picked up a book this week. So sometimes Goodreads is like, hey, would you like to get this achievement by reading a book? And I'm like, sure.
Yes, please. Give me an award.
How long is said book?
Mm-hmm.
And there was several, and I was looking for a short one. Because I read 400 to 600 page books sometimes, and I was like, nope, I kind of want a short one.
A palate cleanser.
Yeah. So I picked up Don't Sleep with the Dead.
Okay.
It's very cool looking.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I know
nothing about it.
Didn't read anything about this. I saw the picture and went, this looks like
please.
a DB book.
It does.
It's 101
nice.
pages.
Okay.
Yeah. Then opened it and went, from the award-winning author, I can't say this person's name. I don't want to butcher it.
Okay.
I think they're like of a descent from another kind of...
Right. A language that you don't speak.
Correct. Don't Sleep with the Dead. It comes Don't Sleep with the Dead, a standalone companion novella to The Chosen and the Beautiful, her acclaimed reimagining of The Great Gatsby. And I went, ha!
Huh. That doesn't sound like a DB book. I mean, maybe it is. But it didn't... That description is not one that I would have picked up and said, oh, I'm going to give this to DB.
Right. Especially because I didn't I didn't know this was a
Companion.
companion book to a reimagining of the Great Gatsby, which is not one of my favorite books already.
Maybe the reimagining part is the best part.
Oh, I'm sure, because usually reimaginings are real fun. Like they change like interesting things. Um, I, I,
I'm reading a reimagining right now.
what are you reading?
It's called Drag Me Up by R.M. Virtues. And it's Hades and
Persephone.
Persephone.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I have it.
You have it? Have you read
I
it?
have it. No.
Okay, well, I'm reading it because the Reading Smut podcast, that was last month's book. Or like this month's book, sorry. So like not this past episode, because this week's episode was like a chit chat, but the one before it was a book one. And I haven't read it yet, but I wanted to read the book before I listened to the episode.
Yeah.
So I bought the book, and I only just started the first chapter, but it's where Persephone is in like a Cirque du Soleil sort of performance.
Yes.
And
yes, it
Hades
looks really
runs the nightclub. Yeah, it
yeah.
sounded really cool. So
I haven't started it yet. I picked it up after we talked about Freitas Moon.
Oh,
remember?
yeah.
Because we were talking about the different authors that were affected. No, it wasn't her. It's the other person
that was doing the terrible
bombing there. Yeah.
I didn't realize this was one of those.
It was, but it wasn't. He wasn't a like debut novel.
Right, just was affected by it.
Yeah, because she was doing that to his books as well.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there had been a few books that I had picked up because of that. One of them I gave to my partner, and then I have some of the other ones. I haven't read them yet. The other thing I'm realizing is I prefer to read on Kindle.
Yeah.
It's just so convenient. Like, I can take it anywhere and not have 1,000 books with me. Well, I do have 1,000 books, but they're in this
but
little
not
tiny
physical
thing.
books. Yeah.
Yes.
When I'm at home, I like physical books, but when I'm anywhere but home, I love e-reading.
I feel like I am always go, go, go. And also, because it just slips onto my hand and I can, like, literally, like, curl up in a ball on my bed and read, it's easier. And I don't have to turn on a light. I can just be, like, in the dark. Which I'm sure is great for my eyeballs.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, just, you know, I do have that on my shelf. I haven't read it yet. I'm hoping I gotta read this book by the end of the month. 100 pages.
You'll manage that.
Easy peasy lemon squeeze me. The problem is I don't know if I like it.
Yeah. Well, if you don't like it, then just switch it up for Drag Me Up, and then we can talk about it together.
But I won't get the achievement.
Oh, okay.
And also, you're gonna be like, "Hachoo, book done," and I'm gonna be like,
well,
10 pages.
No, because I currently have 8 books that I'm reading. I broke TV with that. That's how I roll.
Ew. My brain could not.
I can't focus on just one. I have to have options. I'm a mood reader.
I understand. My brain cannot do that. Like I could do like an audiobook. I'll probably be fine reading this one in between The Witch and His Crow. But like I couldn't do 8 cuz like one of those books is getting neglected.
And sometimes that happens. Like what once was mine has been sitting in my half-read pile for a year.
Oh, okay.
But
I do.
Like, I'm listening to Grave Peril. I am very slowly going through the Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows.
Hold on.
Yes?
This isn't your first time listening to that, though, right?
No.
Okay.
I'm re-listening, and I will be continuing on from where I left off, but I didn't remember where I left off, so I'm like, I'll just start at the beginning.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm working my way through the Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows, because that is one that I can pick up and read, like, a 3-page section, And
Sure.
it's a very thinky one because it's all about words and language, and it's one that I have to read when I'm alone because the words feel good when you say them. So I'm like repeating them, and it's an out loud sort of experience.
They feel good when you read them.
Yeah. Some words just have a really cool mouthfeel, and these are some of them. Anyway,
I would probably just butcher them because I'm terrible at the English language.
I do have the book that we're reading for our other project is on my currently reading list because I'm just reading a chapter at a time so that we can talk about it as we go.
Yes, I also have not finished that book because of that exact reason.
Yep.
Honestly, if we weren't doing that, I'd probably have had that book done already because I don't know what it is, Danny. Probably witchcraft, which is very funny for who wrote it.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't put it down sometimes, and I'm like,
Okay.
why?
I mean, we roll with it.
Why?
I'm also reading the poorly written one, which is unfortunate. I picked up a physical book at the bookstore called The Girl Who Could Move Shit with Her Mind.
Bless.
And it's like a spy book with magic, like telekinesis. And then I've got Drag Me Up, and I've got another one that is not very well written, but again, it's a cool concept, so I'm going to finish reading it.
Sure.
But if it ends on a cliffhanger, I'm yeeting it. Well, no, I won't, because it's an ebook thing, so I bring a device, but I will write a very scathing review.
You're going to pretend to eat it.
What I'm going to end up doing is giving it like a 2-star review saying, this sucked. No,
Sure.
I won't even say this sucked. It will be, I didn't enjoy this. Because I never say that things suck. I say I didn't enjoy it. When I'm doing a review.
I don't usually write reviews. If I like a book, I will give it the amount of stars that I enjoyed it at.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't tend to write reviews unless it, like, hit me in my core.
I've started doing reviews in Fable, because I'm using Fable to keep track of my books now.
Okay.
And the reviews are really sort of my thoughts on it, so that
Sure.
when I go back to it later, I can go, oh, yeah. This is the one that needed an editor. Or, oh, this is the one that was really cool because this guy was completely different than what I expected him to be. And
Get out!
animal.
Out!
Disobedient animal.
Lucas? Go!
I love when pets have human names.
He's a bad dog. He likes to pee in my office. I can't keep an eye on him while I'm streaming.
Nope.
Sorry. So are those, like, reviews seen by other people?
They can be. And I've had, like, likes on my reviews on Fable in the past, which is weird, but I guess people are liking them because they find them useful.
Sure.
And, like, I have a big hate for books that are a series that should have been a single book. Things that are broken up, that are clearly broken up to be a cash grab. And I put that in my reviews, and a lot of people have liked those. I'm like, okay, so people want to know this ahead of time, know what they're getting into.
Yeah.
So.
I might be reading the sequel to that one book we talked about that we do not talk about in front of people.
Yes.
Because I get
secrets.
judged hard.
Oh, that's all the books I read.
Danny.
I know.
My own partner judged me. My friend judged me and started judging my partner because they thought that it was my partner's fault that I read it, and my partner went, "Don't put this on me! She made her own choices!" Yeah. We don't talk about that book. No.
But you know what we do talk about?
we talk about crafts that we've been doing.
Yes, yes, we do that too.
Yeah.
I knitted that shawl some.
Oh, is that the only thing you've
That
done?
is all I've been working on. Oh wait, no,
What?
no, I have a teensy little bit of arts, which aren't really art. It's just the I'm making stickers because I bought
what?
the clear sticker paper.
Okay.
So when I print these, I'm going to use my Cricut or my Silhouette machine, and they're going to be clear, and they're going to be small, so they fit in the margins of books. And I'm gonna send them to you because they're annotating stickers, and it's like there's a face nose bridge pinching emoji, and yeah, there's all the
Because you
faces
know
for
me
the
so
things,
well.
the faces that I make when I'm reading, and the faces you make when you're reading, and so I'm making a sticker sheet for us.
I had to explain to somebody that my face is my facial expressions are in stereo or in surround sound.
There you go.
And they went, "What does that mean?" And I was like, "I'm a very big expressions.
Mm-hmm.
So while I can hold my tongue, my face is gonna say otherwise."
Yeah. My
Which
face
is
has
why,
closed captioning.
correct. My girlfriend goes, "I love playing TTRPGs with you
Because your face
because of
gives
your."
everything away. And that's fine. Mine does too.
That's why people have me on shows, I guess. Um, I keep getting invited to do things.
Because we like you.
I don't know why.
We love your expressiveness.
I don't know why. So yeah, that's my thing. I've been doing art too.
Show me, show me, show me.
I got this app that you can learn how to draw like smoother and whatnot and
Ooh.
stuff, and sometimes it doesn't fucking work.
Oh.
Um, but it's like a daily like draw this thing kind of thing, and you
Mm-hmm.
can draw together with friends.
Oh.
But I did some pride stuff. Oh, one of the things, there was a reason for that. One of the things that you could draw with like a stranger are these like popsicles, and they have things in them, and it's usually fruit. And I was like,
Oh.
ooh, what if it was a gelatinous cube? So I made it one into a you can't see it. I
Oh,
made one into a
yeah!
gelatinous cube.
Nice. With little skulls?
Yeah. And
Nice.
bones. And bones.
Oh, I see the bones now. Yay.
Yeah. Cause I was like, what if? And at first I didn't like it, but then I added the outlines to the skulls with a pencil
Mm-hmm.
instead of having it like a
A more thick, firm line.
pen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like,
That's better.
better. So there's that. I made your A Girl Can Dream, but a girl can also be wrong. Which I might remake into a different one because I was like, I didn't. Yeah. That is in the wrong plate. No, it's not. Never mind. So the other thing is shameless promotion.
Okay.
On Wednesdays, except for not tomorrow because we're on hiatus. It's really mean. Really mean. I am in a stream over on Ren's channel called Midnight in the Garden of Chrome and Fog. And apparently I am now the artist. That the face scratching was not because of the artist thing. It was just like, what's happening?
I'm itchy and the artist.
I'm itchy and the artist. Don't go off the rails, Deebles. You were about to say words. So I did some pride ones.
Nice.
This is my character lore. There we go.
Ooh.
She's Pan.
Nice.
But I'm the one who has done all of the emotes over there.
Yeah, I saw those.
So, yeah. So I'm doing all of that stuff, and I've been commissioned to do emotes for somebody else that I know.
Ooh.
Do you know who Mr. Blobby is?
No. Oh, wait. No. No, I'm thinking of something from the Magnus archives.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
not that.
no. Okay.
Maybe that is what that is based off of because they are British.
Yeah.
Mr. Blobby is like a fucking mascot from the 90s on a show called Noel's House Party. Not a children's show, just like a late night talk show kind of thing.
Okay.
Nightmare fuel.
Oh, then it
Nightmare.
probably is the same thing that is used in the Magnus archives.
Probably. Nightmare fuel.
Okay.
Fucking terrifying. And my friend is like, I need an emote with him in it. And I was like, I don't know who this is. So we were sitting on Discord one night and he showed me and I went, this thing, I was like, this thing is going to eat children. It eats children. Does it in the Magnus archives? Because I don't think I got to Mr. Blobby.
It eats people. I don't know that it eats children specifically, but it eats people.
I know it!
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, he's terrifying, Danny.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Well, thank fuck. The Magnus Archives is, and I are on the same page. Because,
Oh, yeah.
like, I looked at him and went, dead. Everyone is dead who encounters this guy.
Yep. Pretty much.
Apparently in that show he gets a wife. They have a kid. So there's other, like,
Okay.
Mr. Blobbies. They're very gross and weird looking. And I had blocked out that I knew who Mr. Blobby was. Because I was scrolling through Facebook Reels one day. I guess it's Instagram Reels?
I don't know.
Where I don't know. They're owned by the same company, whatever. And I because I love Greg Davis, and because I watch a lot of Taskmaster, my algorithm is like, here's more British stuff.
Right.
And Greg Davis is here as well. Well, Jack White, the actor, was on one of those shows, and he was like, Mr. Blobby is terrifying. And they had Mr. Blobby show up, and I went, you and me, Jack.
Mm-hmm.
We're fighting that man.
Yeah.
Terrifying. So,
Okay.
I do the art now apparently.
Nice.
And Lady Bedivere was like, whenever I need to zone out in a meeting, I just think of unhinged things to send to DB to draw, and I'm just like, give me.
Oh,
I have not got said thing yet.
I should send you some things. I commissioned some art. I'll tell you about that later. You know what we can also talk about? The Birdcage.
Oh, yeah, I guess we can.
Our
talk
actual
about
topic
it.
for tonight.
Now that we're an hour in.
But we covered all of our usual stuff. And we actually stayed pretty close to on topic. Yeah. But it's time to talk about the Birdcage.
Mm-hmm.
So I rewatched it several times.
I rewatched it today after work
Nice.
while folding laundry.
I fell asleep to it last night, so I didn't finish watching it last night. But I watched it on Saturday, and I watched it like twice last week. Because I had it now. I went ahead and got it. So, well, got it digitally. I've had it on DVD. My DVD player is on the floor over here, and my TVs are all upstairs, and it's a whole thing. I don't have a place to put my DVD player near a TV anymore. It's very sad.
I'm going to come to your house. We're going to fix that.
Okay.
But first you're going to come to me this week.
Yes. I'll bring my DVD player.
Why? I have one.
Oh, no. But yes, this week we're talking about The Birdcage. This is the 1994? 5? 6?
Oh my
96
God,
film.
Danny, hold on.
Yeah, 1996 film. And it's an adaptation of La Cage aux Folles, which is an adaptation of another play.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
I did not know that.
Yep. La Cage aux Folles is a French film, which is an adaptation of the play of, I think, the same name.
Yes. Yeah. It was a play first.
Yeah. And, stars Robin Williams and Nathan Lane.
Boys.
They are a gay couple whose son comes home to announce that he's getting married. And
at the age of 20.
At the age of 20 to a girl who has just turned 18.
Yep.
Callista Flockhart as a baby.
Baby. Yes.
And she is the daughter of a super conservative senator, played by Gene Hackman. And Diane West plays his wife.
R.I.P. Gene Hackman.
Christine Baranski is the son's biological mother. And Hank Azaria from, like, everything, but I know him mostly from The Simpsons, plays Agador Spartacus, the houseman. And, So there's a lot with this film. Like I said, I watched it a lot recently, but I hadn't watched it in a while. And the parts that I remember were mostly, like, the funny parts, like Robin Williams and his choreography, because
Fussy.
Yeah, I was super into dance for a very long time, and, like, I knew Twyla and Fosse and, like, all these choreographers. Yeah. I'm like, so good. Like, that sort of stuff. And I remembered Nathan Lane, by the way, spoiler-filled zone, as always, so if you haven't seen The Birdcage, go watch it.
What are you
waiting
doing?
for?
Go watch it.
Yes.
Yeah. Leave now. Go watch the movie.
Yeah. But, like, Nathan Lane dressing as the mother and all of that, and I just... But I think that... Well, I know that I didn't remember as much of the beginning of the movie. And there's a lot more to it. Like, it's not just that Val, who's the son, comes home and says, "Hey, I'm getting married. You need to meet her parents." Like, there's a lot more to it.
Yes.
So Armand is Robin Williams' character, and Albert is Nathan Lane's character. And they are a gay couple who aren't married because marriage wasn't an option for them in 96. Yeah. And Armand runs the Birdcage, which is a drag club.
Yeah.
And so you get lots of little snippets of the performance.
Oh.
Which are fun.
Yeah.
I forgot about the whole bit at the beginning where Albert thought that Armand was cheating on him. Like, I completely forgot about that.
I love when Nathan Lane picks him and he's like, "Where do you go?" And I'm working myself to death on the stage. He's like, "Nowhere, I lay right here."
Yeah. And just how dramatic Albert is. And, like, Agador gives him the Pirin tablets. I forgot about that.
What are you giving him?
It's just an aspirin with an A and the S scraped off.
You're a genius.
I mean, that's what some people need, is just to be told that they're going to get something that will make them feel better.
Yep.
So, the power of the placebo, that's excellent. But I'd forgotten all about all of that, and gosh, you would think that in the almost 30 years since this film came out, we would have progressed some as a society. And there definitely has been some progress. But, like, the whole storyline about the super conservative senator who died in the bed of a hooker, a young black hooker.
Not young, a minor.
Yeah.
She was a minor.
Yeah. Like, what? And that is the big scandal. And I'm like, I can see that being a scandal now.
Correct.
Because we're not going to go there. But the point
No,
is,
but also, yeah.
you would think that people would have got their shit together in 30 years. I would have thought that people would have got their shit together in 30 years. But the other thing I
You
forgot.
would think, but no.
No. And the hardline conservative of the father, that the senator, and how the daughter lies and says that her fiance's parents are cultural attaches to Greece. Not that
Well,
he
no, no,
owns.
no. Not the
No,
parents.
the father.
The father is.
And the
The
mother
mother is
is
a
a housewife.
housewife.
Because that's acceptable.
Yes.
And and their last name is Coleman,
Coleman,
not
not
Goldman, because she can't be engaged to a Jewish man. I'm like,
Yeah.
what? And I think that was, even when I watched it originally, kind of blew my mind, because I went to school with a whole bunch of Jewish kids, and it wasn't a thing.
No.
That, I mean, the thing that set them apart was they had different holidays from us. So there
Yeah.
were days that, the teachers didn't schedule tests because half the class would be out because it was a religious holiday. But that was like the big difference. And
Yeah.
and so watching that even then was like, why is this a problem? Why does it matter? Oh,
It's such a great movie though. And
there's so much heart in it. Like, I think when I was younger I watched it for the comedy value. And now that I'm a little older, I appreciate the heart of it more.
mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, they're still funny as hell. And the moments are just ridiculous, and there's so much slapstick, but there's also like intellectual humor too. It's not just all it's not something that's all dick jokes. Like, it's
Well,
good.
one of the slapsticks was an accident. Robin Williams slipping in the kitchen.
Yeah.
He didn't mean to. He just did it, and they're all holding back laughter.
And I mean, that's what happens when you get such improvisational comedic geniuses all together.
Correct. But also the director made them do a scene without improving first.
Right.
When you have to do the scene, no improv, and then you can,
Yeah.
just in case something didn't work out or whatever.
Yeah.
One of the lines that is improv is at the dinner part where Nathan Lane is dancing with Gene Hackman, and they go to like have dinner. He's like, I played Liza, I think it was, on stage in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, oh, I bet you were terrific at it. Not part of the script.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I
Yep.
was just like, oh, amazing.
They're dishes. They're the vagina with the very homoerotic art on it. And they're trying to just write it off as, oh, it's Greek. It's
Why?
Which, I mean, if you read anything about the ancient Greeks, yeah, sure, I'll buy that. But
My favorite line from the movie is always in the beginning, though, when Albert is like, you turned me into this fat, middle-aged. And he goes, I made you short? I'm just like,
yeah.
oh, but also, like, I'm so mad at Val. Like, I understand where they're coming from,
Yeah.
but like so mad that he was like, you have to change everything about yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I get it. And it's not that he's asking him to change forever. It is just so that we can get the blessing.
How would you explain at the wedding?
Well, that is the short-sightedness of a 20-year-old.
Here's the thing though. Robin Williams is not a 20-year-old, because I would have skidded into that living room and been like, listen, how are you going to explain this when half of the aisle is full of drag queens? Like,
but this was 1996. And things were different.
I know.
And that's the thing, is that we're looking at it today. We can look at it through an entirely different lens and go, no one would ever do that. But in 96, yeah.
It's also comedy, that all comedies have some sort of like non-logical thing.
Right. The premise has something a little bit weird because you have to make it a good story.
Right. But also, I would have just slid in and been like, listen.
Yeah. And there were a lot of moments of Armand talking to Val and saying things like, I lived in the closet for 20 years and I don't want to go back.
Yeah.
And
well, and not just that, but also the fact that he was like, Albert is my, he says wife at one point, which is great, but like, this is my partner. He has been my partner. He is your parent as well. He raised you.
You can't just ignore all of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's very much like, and he has those like frank conversations with his son.
Yeah. And they're very well handled too.
Yes, greatly handled.
And it fits nicely within the structure of the movie. Like, you don't feel like you're being preached to.
No.
Which is a risk when people talk about things so openly, is that you can sound very, very preachy.
Yep. I love Nathan Lane. I have always loved Nathan Lane. I will probably always love Nathan Lane. But him pretending to walk like John Wayne. And then Robin Williams is like, and he's like, too much? He's like, no, I just never realized he walked like that.
But if you go watch a John Wayne movie, that is how he walks. John Wayne does not walk like a straight man.
No. Was he? No, I have no idea. Doesn't matter. No. But yeah, like, but it's just the look on like Robin Williams' face, and like, I just never realized he walked like that.
Yep.
The other thing is somebody who rides a horse does not walk like a normal person anyway.
No.
And especially with how much
right.
and how much he was riding horses for all these westerns he was in, like, there's a lot, and I think he actually did actually know how to ride horses. Mm-hmm. What's tangent on horse riding? My mother used to race horses.
Oh, okay.
And like ride them in shows and whatnot. So we'd be watching something, whatever, and she'd be watching, and she's like, that man doesn't know how to ride a horse. And I'm like, how? And she'd go, you could tell by how far their ass comes up off the
the saddle. Yeah.
Because if you know how to ride a horse,
it doesn't.
You're not bouncing like that. You're like,
you're with the horse.
Yes. Which is why whenever, like, if you've watched like Django Unchained with Jamie Foxx, he rides a horse bareback. And like, he is actually like riding that like the way you're supposed to when you ride a horse. Like,
okay.
Really impressive. But yeah, just
Mm. Yeah.
Dear God.
So I we had this episode planned for a while, but
Yes.
last week's episode of
Sonic?
nope, nope. What is the podcast? It is the one with Sidney McElroy and Taylor Smurl. Still buffering.
Like you were just doing.
Yes. I had to play through like the whole the jingle to be able to get to what the title was. They covered the Birdcage. And I'm like, oh, well.
How dare they steal our topic?
Well,
Those very
they're
well
a little bigger than us.
really famous people
Yeah.
inside our Google Doc.
Now they just snuck into our Discord where we've got it listed. It's
I
fine.
found out any McElroy or McElroy adjacent person was in our Discord.
That would be exciting.
I would not be there.
No?
I'm barely in our Discord now. You think a famous person being in there, I'd be there more?
Well, you just stay in the little cast area. It's fine.
You would put them. You would somehow. They'd
I would
somehow
not.
weasel in there. They'd be like
Only-
those spiders in the sand going.
Only if they wanted to be knitters and be a guest.
Listen, some of us are not knitters.
You are.
I am not.
You are just a frustrated knitter.
No, not a knitter.
Aw.
I'm a terrible knitter. Also, fuck this pattern. Sorry, it's a very beautiful pattern. I do love it. I'm just angry right now.
Yeah, if you want to, just mail it all to me and...
No pattern for a knitting project should tell me to crochet my cast on.
So, if you don't want to do a crochet cast on, but you still need a looser edge, and you have giant needles, so you can't just go up in needle size, what you can do is hold another smaller needle in the same hand and do your long tail cast on over the big needle and the small needle, and then just take the small needle out, and that'll keep it a looser cast on. Because that's way faster than the crochet cast on.
It's actually not that bad. Like,
Okay.
the problem is I can't fucking count.
Well, that does complicate life.
Yeah, and also I've gotten to the point where I can actually do that cast on the crochet cast on pretty easily now.
Because you've done it
Which
several
might-
times. Sorry. But that's good. You've had practice. Sorry. Davey's gonna reach the computer and hit me. I'm sorry. But you're good at it now.
I'm not, obviously.
Well, no. There's a difference between not being good at a cast on and not knowing how to count. Knitters and crocheters do not know how to count. We think we do. We are constantly proven wrong. That's what that little blippy thing in mine was. Somehow, I was supposed to have 15 stitches. I had 17. I don't know how that happened. I don't know how.
I think I would have been fine if I was over, because there's so many where it's like knit 3 together and I could have just been knit 4 together, like
Right, you can just, yeah, but still, it's the being good at a cast on and being good at counting are two separate skill sets, and we think we can do both, and we are always wrong.
Well, and also, so I tried to cast on last week that I was
Yeah.
it was. I was casting on while we were streaming.
Mistake
Stupid.
number 1.
Mistake number 1. Took it out. Was like, you know what? Take it out. I did try to cast on before that, and I was like, what the hell am I doing? Mistake number 2. Using straight needles.
Yeah.
My hands are not built for that. It kind of hurt.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, we ain't doing that. My hand is currently hurting from just talking about this day. I haven't knitted anything for this since yesterday.
Oh.
And my hand is like...
Already saying no.
Yeah.
Aw.
after stream, went to cast on. Fucking tornado sirens going off. My dad's yelling at me to get in the basement just to find out that the tornado had passed us like 30 minutes ago. And I went,
those are useful sirens.
oh, come to find out, Danny, in this weird town I live in, they've made it so that you can't hear the sirens from inside your house.
What? Why would you have it then? For the people who are outside in the storms?
I guess.
Can you hear it in a car?
I don't know.
Huh.
So I think the sirens we were hearing
Were the all clear?
were the one. Yes!
Oh!
I come from a place that tornadoes wipe out towns.
Yeah.
Where a tornado warning is get your ass into the basement, you gotta die. I am in a fucking state where that is not the fucking case. Where a tornado warning is, maybe.
Yeah.
Do not wake me up if we have not seen a tornado on the ground.
Yeah.
Danny's getting a lot of rants from me today. You guys didn't know this, but before stream, I was ranting about other things. So, that mistake happened, and I was like, okay. So, next day, I didn't do anything because my hand was screaming. Because I was like, ooh boy.
Right.
Friday, I cast it on. Everything was golden. It was going great. I was doing a thing. I went to do the third round. Third round is really hard because the round before that is a purl round. And when you have to try and knit things after you purl, it's like slip, slip, slip. Especially when you're trying to knit 3 together.
Yeah.
Or slip, 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 knit together.
Mm. Yeah.
So I was like, cool. Took it out. Yesterday. Trucking along. Cast it on. Counted like 10 times. Got the same number. Fantastic.
Excellent.
Started knitting. Counted while I was knitting. Got the same number. Great. Started purling. Counted while I purled. Got the same number. Great.
Great.
Did the third round. Got to the last 4. No, the last bit before you're supposed to do like there's a repeat thing and then leave the last 4 and do something else.
Right. Nope.
No.
Oh.
I had to take it out, but I also had to cut it because it wasn't coming off the needles. So, here is my ball. As you can tell, it is much smaller than what it was when I first showed it to you. It is also covered in cat hair.
That happens.
I won't send you this ball. I have 2 other balls.
Oh, okay. Of the same stuff?
Of the same stuff.
Okay.
Because I don't want you to die.
I appreciate that. I like not dying.
And they're all in.
Okay, perfect.
That's not sealed. Fuck.
Well, as long as a cat is not, like, crawling in it, we'll be okay.
They are not.
Yeah.
Now, the problem is... I may have just bought too much yarn. I think one of these balls would have done it.
Okay, good. That's good, though.
Because there's 437 yards, 100 grams, but it says each next to it. So I'm assuming that it's each for both of those.
Should be, yes. They look like sort of standard size skeins.
They are. They're not like mini skeins or anything like that.
I mean, if you've got a scale, you can weigh them just to see, but okay. We have a kitchen scale that someone likes to weigh all the food on.
I have a scale because at one point you told me I needed it for yarn. And I think you did just that to me, and I was like, what does that mean?
Well, no, that's what I use mine for. But the type of scale that I have is frequently used for other things. But I use it for yarn because it's perfect. It's compact. It folds up. It goes in my project bag. It travels nicely.
Mine's real small. It's like
Yeah, mine is like yay big, and
yeah,
it's perfect for weighing like a tiny little ball of yarn.
or drugs.
Well, that's what other people use it for. I use it for yarn.
Anyway,
Look, yarn is cheaper.
not always.
Well, not when you buy it in my quantities, but
We don't talk about
our stash.
Yeah. I also bought other yarns because the character I want to make these for, I want her to have several and all that jazz.
Yeah.
But not of this pattern.
Okay.
I don't have the strength, Danny.
Like I said, excuse me. If you want to send me stuff to knit for you, I can. I am happy to do that for you, my friend.
I appreciate it, but sometimes I just feel like I need to do it myself.
I get that too.
Yeah. Oh, Gene Hackman in drag.
That was funny. He is it didn't suit him.
No, but it wasn't supposed to.
No.
It was just supposed to disguise him enough to get them out.
Right.
But also, we as the audience needed to know
that it was him.
Gene Hackman.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
They were trying to keep it for the audience.
Yes.
Because they could have done a much better job of...
Oh my god, yeah. But also, my favorite thing about it as well is just the fact that, like, he was like, oh, poor Mrs. Coleman, and, like...
Yep.
I'm still the same woman, just with a small, tiny difference.
Oh, maybe not that small.
One tiny difference. Oh, maybe not that small. The whole him, like, not getting it either was great.
Yeah, that was...
And then, like a true politician, I hope this doesn't sway your vote.
Such a politician thing, too. Like...
But the other thing is he's an Ohio senator. Their vote isn't gonna matter because they're in Florida.
Right. That's right. That is, yeah, that makes sense. Why would he say that? But other than habit.
Because of awkward, like, what do I say in this situation? Sorry, Danny's mom.
Are you offending my mom?
Yeah, I think it's because I said drugs.
Oh.
But yeah, just...
Yeah. But it was a good movie. That's the point.
It's a great movie. I've always loved it. And next week we watched...
To Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Love, Julie Newmar.
Yes.
Which I have not actually watched. I own it, but I've never actually watched it. So that's exciting.
It's so good. I only watched it more recently. I hadn't watched... My thing is it's Wesley Snipes in drag.
Oh.
Which is like the last person I would have thought.
Yeah.
And
Patrick Swayze.
Patrick Swayze.
Yeah.
And I could see Patrick Swayze doing that a little bit more than Wesley Snipes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then what are we doing after that? I have an idea.
We are going to have a discussion and talk about what we're going to do after that.
Right,
We have a lot of options though, so we're going to talk about that after we are done streaming.
Okay. Do you have more thoughts? I feel like we've covered a lot of this movie.
No, and we did talk about this one a lot. Like, we've talked about it for almost a half hour, which is fantastic for us.
So much more than what we normally do, baby.
Especially for a movie that we really liked. But
yes.
Yeah. Just, if you haven't watched it, go watch it. And, yeah. It is a good movie. And it It stands up well. That's one of those things that I was a little bit concerned that it was an LGBT plus supportive movie from the 90s. And a lot of those don't necessarily hold up well.
No.
And but it was different because a lot of them, like Philadelphia, that was one of the big movies with a gay character. Mm. And it was so depressing. I mean, it was good, but it wasn't a happy movie. It wasn't a feel-good movie. And that's what a lot of them were in the 90s. It was, oh, those poor gays. And this one was good and happy and celebrating and...
Well, and also not mocking.
Yeah. So, anyway, yeah. Our next, in 2 weeks, we're going to be talking about To Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Love Julie Newmar, which is such a long title. I'm sure I'm going to have thoughts on that too, but
also has Robin Williams in it.
Is he in it?
For
okay, very brief.
Time. Oh my god, very brief.
Okay.
But also very, very fun. It's
okay.
Robin Williams.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, I haven't seen it, but I have got it, and I'm going to watch it.
Yeah.
It's actually a movie. So, when I first moved out of my parents' house I believe that was in 1998. It was a while ago. But in preparation for that, because I knew that I was going to be a very broke student, and I was not going to have cable, and all my internet would be at the university, because home internet was a thing, but it was not a thing I could afford.
Yeah, it was expensive as
well. And streaming wasn't a thing. But because I knew I wasn't going to have cable, my mom had at one point worked for the cable company. So we had all the channels, including all the movie channels that had no commercials. So I had bought a bunch of VHS tapes, and I taped a whole bunch of movies from the TV. And that was one of them.
Everything.
I mean, it wasn't technically pirating because I wasn't selling or trading it, and it was on a channel that we had purchased. I was just putting it on a video to watch later.
So here's the thing. I know, like, it's so if that were the case, Danny, anybody who ever just downloaded music illegally and not distributed it would not be considered piracy.
See, that's where it gets all weird, because it wasn't like I was downloading it. It was a thing that was on TV, and I was recording the TV.
It's
that weird gray area.
Yeah, it is that really weird gray area. Did you know, random trivia with Debos,
yes.
Did you know that the beginning... Your mom got them all for free.
But it was part of the package. We were allowed to have it.
Sure. Did you know the anti-pirating that was at the beginning of DVDs?
Mm-hmm.
And the music that they had playing in that
was pirated, wasn't it?
It was illegally used. Yes.
Of course it was.
They were only supposed to use it for one film festival thing. And it ended up on all these DVDs, and the guy's like, hang on. What?
My favorite anti-pirating thing was Richard Simmons. Have you watched the Richard Simmons Sweating to the Oldies videos?
No.
Okay, so I love Richard Simmons.
Yes, I've seen some of them, yes.
Okay, so I purchased the first 4 volumes of Sweating to the Oldies.
Uh-huh.
But I'm a big fan of the first one. That's the one I tend to use. But at the beginning, it's a whole skit about anti-piracy, and it's like his mom making copies of his videos and distributing them at her nursing home or whatever.
Oh my god.
It's hilarious. But that is probably one of my favorite anti-piracy things, and I'll watch that one occasionally. I don't always skip it.
My favorite anti-piracy thing is Weird Al Yankovic's "Don't Download the Song,"
Okay.
because the lyrics in it. One of the lyrics is, "You'll end up in jail where you belong." Like,
Okay.
and another part of it is, "How am I supposed to afford another diamond-encrusted pool?" I'll
Aw.
have to send it to you. It's
Okay.
so funny. Weird Al, king.
Yep. I will legally find it on one of my streaming services.
I mean, he is one of those guys that's just like, whatever.
Yeah. Well, because his music is awesome and people buy it because they want to have it. So the few people who
One
don't.
of my friends thought it was weird that I like actively listen to Weird Al Yankovic. Like, I don't just like, I will seek out his stuff.
Okay.
She was like, "You're probably the only person I know that just listens to him on the reg," and I'm like,
Yeah,
but it's fun,
it is.
and sometimes you need a like uplifting
Yep.
kind of guy, and that's who he is.
Yeah.
And he's been doing it for fucking years.
That is true.
He's so good at like, and like his band, it's been the same people in his band forever.
Right.
And everybody's like, they'll say things like, "Well, you're just a parody band," and Weird Al Yankovic's like, a parody band that covers all genres of music. Like, every single one. Like,
Yeah.
and he gets more offended about it when they talk about like his band members. He doesn't give a shit what you say about him.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right. Well, I think that might be it for us tonight,
it might be it for us tonight.
and that's okay. We're gonna raid, because
Who are we right now to?
we're
Is it
gonna-
Ren?
no, because Fan did the stream already. I was
Already?
watching, unless it just went offline.
Already?
Do you want me to check
Hold on.
again? You check.
I can look. Nah, they're a phase off.
Yeah. Because I had it ready, and then we kept talking, and like, oh, wait, it's not there anymore. But no, we're going to raid Vintage Sogal, who we've raided before.
Okay.
It looks like she is winding a whole bunch of yarn. Very brightly
As
rainbow
one
colored.
does.
So
We've all been there.
we have. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the start raid button. We'll see if it actually goes right away. If it does, bye. And if not, we'll chat for a moment. Because
Yeah.
I don't know if this button... Oh, yeah, no. We're going to raid in 8 seconds. So thanks, everyone, for sticking around. And we will see you.
It's great seeing you too, Danny's mom. We'll see you
Yay.
next time.
Bye.
Bye.
And I think we've raided.
That was number 11.
Yeah, we
My
did.
screen popped open.
That's the one we said would
Oh,
take
yeah,
off
she
on the
is.
last
So I am going to now hit the stop streaming on our end.